Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2590 of What's She Up To Now. It's a segment of my daily podcast where I document my journey. What am I doing? What's working? What's not working? The good, the bad, the ugly. And I think I've mentioned that, I guess sometime last year I decided, and prior to that I knew I needed to do it for a long time. I need to meld together some of the things that I'm doing, especially the things that I'm doing for free, to share with other people, lessons learned, and things like that. I needed to simplify and make it more streamlined. So I was talking about the same things, both for my Supersize Your Business group, as well as the annual challenge, whatever the annual challenge topic was for that day. So this year, so far, I've done the same topic for both groups of people. The annual challenge people, today we're talking about communication core values and how we can use them to be a better person, a better version of ourselves. And for Supersize Your Business, how can we use communication core values for our organization, for us personally and our organization, to create the organization we want to supersize and build and grow our business? And it's pretty easy to use topics like this in both a business setting and in a personal setting, right? Because they absolutely apply to everything. And communication is one of those core foundational skills that if we get better at it, it improves every area and aspect of our life. And so knowing what we stand for, knowing what's most important to us, knowing what our core values are is really critical and important. And I shared that my core values, I've done this exercise literally thousands of times, identifying my core values, simplifying my core values, not only for me as a human being, but for the different businesses and organizations I'm a part of or that I work with. I coach people through how to do this. And so one of the things we do is we brainstorm what are all the possible core values we could have with respect to communication. And you can have a big list or a small list. And then you start merging and combining and saying, oh yeah, well, consistency and flexibility, they're really different to me. Are they different enough to be separate core values, or am I consistently flexible? And is that one of my core values? Continuous improvement to me is one of my core values. It has been since I was a kid, and it was all through school, all through high school, all through college, all through any graduate and extended trainings and things and coachings that I've taken and participated in. Continuous improvement, just like love, is just a foundational part of my being. And so I'm always looking for faster, easier, more efficient, more effective ways of doing everything. And the things in my day-to-day business, the things that I do with my family and friends, the things I do around my household, etc. I am one of those people that cannot stop looking for ways to make things better and easier for everybody involved. So continuous improvement is a huge core value of mine, and that of course applies to communication as well. How can I continually improve to communicate in a way that's better and more effective, meaning the people that I'm communicating to actually get and understand the intent with which I'm communicating something? Boy, that was a roundabout way of saying something. So love, creativity, continuous improvement, those are probably my top three that pop up the most often and would apply to communication as well, right? If I'm communicating out of love and for the benefit of the other person, I'm going to communicate in a much different way than if I'm communicating just to pontificate and hear myself talk, right? We all know people like that, right? Sometimes we are a person like that. So that's what we're doing today, both for Supersize Your Business. I said, hey, share 3 of your communication core values. What 3 things with respect to communication are most important to your organization right now? And for personal, I said, okay, brainstorm a list, pick your top 3 to 5, and then we'll look at that and we'll see how that plays out throughout the rest of this month. Why? Because we need to know what our definition of something is, and we need to know what's most important to us about that thing, and then we'll keep working on other topics with respect to communication throughout the rest of this month. Why? And it's really different. This year I've really mixed up the order at which I cover the 9 life framework area that I use to share and coach and consult on. I've almost always done physical first, or sometimes if I started in February, I think a couple of years I've started in February with the annual challenge, and then I would talk about emotional because we got Valentine's Day and all that in there. I think I might have, I don't know if I ever did relationships in February. I might have. The other areas have moved around a little bit, but usually communication, confidence, and contribution come towards the end of the 9-month focus on individual parts of the life framework. And so this year I sat down and I made a grid of, okay, the last 3 years, what have I done? What order, what month have I done them in? And I blew the whole thing up. Last month we focused on confidence, which I've never done this early in the year. This month I'm focusing on communication, which I've never done this earlier in the year. And I've got them all mapped out. I mapped them out and picked and chose them in a way that made sense to me this year because I wanted to do something different. Why? Because that pushes me to grow and continually improve and stretch my comfort zone like I encourage everyone else to do. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, please just hit me up and ask. Otherwise, I am hanging out with my 2 youngest granddaughters this weekend, which is why I've had no sleep. But I got one down for a nap so I could make my videos, at least get them done today. Because I need to do them every day for me just as much as for you. All right, I will, of course, see you tomorrow.